On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off this morning with some international news. You don't know wherever in the world we as Jamaicans are, and something happen on the Spot News Media most definitely will cover same. Now, a Jamaican man who was missing in the US since December has finally been found, but not in a way that his family members and loved ones and well-wishers would have liked. He was found lifeless, no longer among the land of the living. Now, the Westport police in Connecticut, United States of America, have confirmed that they have found the body of a Jamaican-born United States citizen who was reported missing since December of last year. The deceased man is presently on your screen. He has since been identified as 63-year-old Errol Whyte, who worked in the construction industry whilst residing in the United States. Whyte made a name for himself as a jeweler in the Clarendon capital of Maypen, where he grew up before migrating to the United States some decades ago. So on December 31st, family members of Mr. Whyte lodged a missing person report with the Stamford Police Department 2 days after he visited his son in the neighboring community of Bridgeport. His red Ford Explorer was found abandoned on the south shoulder of the southbound lane of the I-95 with his wallet, keys and cell phone inside the vehicle. However, the police report stated that no cash was inside the wallet, neither his driver's license. Some persons describe Mr. Whyte as a caring and sound-minded, sober person, and his disappearance left his family members in the United States and Jamaica distraught and basically clinging on to faint hope. So 3 months since his disappearance, which the police labeled as under a suspicious circumstance, friends and relatives must now contend with the news that they all feared the most. So about 11:35 a.m. yesterday, the Westport Police Department received a phone call from a property manager of an office complex in the Greens Farm Road area about a body floating in a retention pond about 4 feet deep. This is about a mile from where his vehicle was discovered abandoned. The Westport police cited that the cause of death will be determined upon the evidence found from the post-mortem report. So, of course, the matter is still being investigated by the Westport police in Connecticut, United States of America. So, most definitely, condolences to the bereaved families of Mr. Whyte. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. From December, and them just find the body floating. May I wonder what condition the body was in. How them could have just easily identify him, because 3 months, is a whole lot. But then again, the place is kind of cold, so I guess the cold temperature would have preserved the body somewhat. But anyway, back on local soil. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to flick it over there in the troubled, crime-riddled, war-torn Kingston Western Police Division, where the bodies of 2 men were found along Asquith Street in the West Kingston Police Division early Monday morning. Now, for those who don't know that area particularly, it is more commonly called no man's land. And as the name suggests, back in the days, it got that name because of rival factions with PNP and JLP. So that stretch there, is basically a borderline between the JLP stronghold of Denhamtown and the PNP stronghold of Jonestown or Jungle, as some people would have it. So basically, that was a no-go. Once you carry your balls under your foot and you were seen over that place there, a can straight to your body. Yeah, man. Hence the name No Man's Land. So right now, the bodies of 2 was found over that side. So I'm going to give you the official police report and then we get into it. Now, the police have identified one of the men since, and he has been identified as this brother here presently on your screen, 20-year-old Romario Edwards, a taxi driver from Arabian Sea Drive in Seaview Gardens, Kingston 11. The other, who is still unidentified, is of a dark complexion, 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he was clad in a pink t-shirt, blue jeans, black and blue and white Nike slippers, and cornrow hairstyle. Police believe that the men were taken out in a hail of bullets sometime between 10 on Sunday night to 6:40 a.m. Monday morning. Police said residents heard loud explosions in the area Sunday night. About 6:40 a.m., lawmen were summoned to the area, and upon their arrival, they saw the bodies of the men. The unidentified male was seen sitting in the driver's seat of a white Toyota Probox with what appeared to be some serious bullet holes in his body. Yeah, man, may I tell you, all both over him upper body and head. Edward's body was seen laying on the side about 200 meters away, riddled with gunshot wounds. The police in Kingston Western Police Division is presently investigating. But here we go on now, my peeps. Now, strange man carry them 2 man they come right there, so. Have to be smaddy from either Denhamtown or somebody from the other side, which is Jungle. More than likely, Jonestown or Craigtown would have really carry out such a act. Because them place and a strange man now go carry man go there, so go dash them way. So the police them can definitely look at either Denhamtown man or Craigtown or Jonestown man. Them type of area there, that little space there right there, so. As the name suggests, no man's land. Dangerous acres. So no stranger now go trod right there, so. So nothing more than them get a piece of food for carry out a dirt and them just go do the damage and left it right there, so in the middle of no man's land. So the knockings and clappings continues in the Kingston Western Police Division. Now on your screen, this brother identified as Scott. We not get him full name, but he has since been identified as Scott. Lost his life also along Lindros Road to the hands of criminal elements who stole his motorcycle after they took his life. Me I telling you now, my peeps, people literally just lose them 3 pints left, right and center in a Jamaica for some little weird something. But we not gonna really say much about Scott knockings and clappings yet, because we need to find out who really is Scott, which part Scott come from, and why them would have deal with Scott in such a way. Was Scott lost a life really a murder of an innocent man, or was he directly targeted to be taken out by criminal elements, and of course by whom? So on the Spot News Media will most definitely be keeping tabs on this one and try to uncover why Scott was taken out in such a brutal and wicked manner. Now over there in the neighboring police division of St. Andrew South, which is just as gruesome and grimy as it relates to crime and violence. A double knockings and clappings took place in that particular area last night, the area known as Burke Road that runs off Maxfield Avenue. Now, for those who is not familiar with Burke Road or where it is located, coming along Maxfield Avenue from Spanish Town Road, upon reaching the vicinity of Maxfield Avenue and Russell Road, there's a stoplight. As you go through that stoplight, the next right turn would be Burke Road, which also carries you to the Chinese Cemetery on Waltham Park Road. So a double knockings and clappings going over there. So last night we not get the full information as to what really going on, but we have confirmed that two men end up get caught up whilst sitting in a black Nissan Sylphy motor car. Now on the Spot News Media, as always, promising we're going to get to the root of this one too, because it is said it is linked to the infamous Bird Nation gang. So of course you don't know, we're going to get the facts together and bring it to you, the regular members of Chan Public, in subsequent newscast. And still in that area, my peeps, another murder took place, but this time just a few meters away from that one. As I stated, that the Chinese Cemetery is just down the street. So firefighters were called in to the Chinese Cemetery on Waltham Park Road in St. Andrew yesterday evening after a body was seen ablaze. Yeah man, may I tell you, the man then light the body. The body was still unidentified up to news time this morning, but reports reaching on the Spot News Media is that sometime around 5:15 p.m. residents saw what appeared to be a body on fire and summoned the police. Upon the arrival of the police, they called the fire brigade. A unit from Trenchtown Fire Station extinguished the blaze. The body was later removed to the morgue for post-mortem reports. So anybody we find out that them family missing, you don't know. One get bun up round a Chinese cemetery, two get dashed in a car on Burke Road, and police still not identify one of the two that was found along No Man's Land in the Kingston Western Police Division. Yeah man, may I tell you, the thing grimy out of John shop there, rough. So the last thing that we're going to talk about now, my peeps, is a brutal double knockings and clappings that took place over there in Kingston Town. I made mention of this brutal incident in yesterday morning's vlog, where this woman presently on your screen, who has since been identified as 38-year-old Georgia Blunt, a water vendor of Kingston Town, and their 42-year-old companion, Errol Fuller, both were taken out in a brutal and wicked execution style manner, with both hands and feet bound with rope, their throats slashed, and gunshot to the back of their heads. So you know, say nothing normal going right there. So for those who have joined the On The Spot News Media family on YouTube, you have seen and received those photographs and video footage. So I'm pretty sure you saw how gruesome that was. Flies and all sort of insects were already eating their bodies. The barbaric nature of some of these criminal elements, trust me, sickens anyone's stomach, because these two persons were productive and contributing citizens to their community and to surrounding communities. These persons supplied the much needed commodity of water to the households of residents, so they were indeed loved. So let me give you the full rundown of what really took place. Now, Georgia Blunt inherited the truck from her father, who passed some time ago, and continued her father's legacy by providing water to her community and outside communities. It is said that they are also farmers. So they had some cattle, some cows in the bushes. It is said that they went to feed the cows and then they were about to retire home. But they were pounced upon in the bushes by criminal elements who stole their cows and took them to the abandoned building where their bodies was found. The man was in one room, the female was in another. They were both tied from behind, laid face down, throat slash, bullet wound to the head. Telling you, the man them deal with the people them grimy. Their 2 cows are still missing in action. So to all of the old dirty criminal element them and the old dirty corner boy them out there listening to the voice of On The Spot News Media, I want to tell me something, you know. And also to include some of UNO regular members of Chan Public were full up me inbox I talk about I be a style the youth them. And you don't know what the youth them got through and why them become who they are presently. Listen to me, man. You see, when it comes on to them type of barbaric and wicked and brutal killing, yeah, especially of persons who are contributing citizens to our great nation, listen to me, man. Them boy they forget the wickedest punishment, the wickedest death that there is. Because you know, come on, no thief the people in cow. You know, couldn't just take the cow, tie them up and go on then. Tie them up and galang. If you no need to tie them up. But you no never have to deal with the people them so brutal and barbaric, man. You no cut them throat and then shot them in the head back. And expect the people to pet and pamper some old fat like you know. Boy, may I tell you, how no expect the people and family feel right now. That's why I'm taught this each and every day, you know. Even if you is a good smaddy and your family them are good people, if you no see something, say something, because bad things happen to good people every day. We cannot take it for granted and say, yo, me no mix up in a nothing, you know, so I guess me alright. Come on, Jamaicans, we need to rise up against criminal elements in our society. Rise up against them, whether our man, our pitney, our father, our cousin, our brother, our sister, our classmate, whatsoever it may be. We have to rise up against them, because one day, somewhere, somehow, it just may come knock on our door. You know how much people living in the diaspora that tune into On The Spot News Media every day. Link me more time after here and say, boy, On The Spot News Media, I watch your thing every day, you know. I may never, ever imagine in my wildest dreams that you would be talking about one of my innocent family members. Yeah, man, it happens to the best of us. So let's not take it for granted, my peeps. If you don't know something, say something. Yeah, man. So anyway, a word to the wise is always sufficient. So remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.